Hey, it's Dave from Bullpen Cycles, and this, wait, it's not here. I don't have a bike for you. Not yet, anyway. It's coming by special delivery. I haven't seen it yet. In fact, I've never seen it. You and I, we get to see it together for the first time. Okay, so while we're waiting, it should be here in a couple hours. I don't want to miss the bus, so to speak, so we're here early. It's being delivered by 1-800-HAUL Bikes. Sometimes they're early. Sometimes they're late, but let me tell you about it. All right, so while we're waiting, I'll give you some hints. First off, here's a hint. It's orange. I knew that would fool you. Yeah, it's orange, but that doesn't tell you. But we have its sister bike inside. It's orange too. And you've seen that one before. It weighs 900 pounds. It's got an aluminum engine, 5,700 cc's. Yeah. It started out as a 1963 something. It's got a 3-speed transmission with reverse, but it wasn't a Servicar transmission. It's got 8 cylinders in an aluminum engine. Let's see. 1963 aluminum engine, 8 cylinders. The engine was developed by General Motors. Later, rights to the engine were sold to British Leyland, and it became the power plant in like a Triumph TR8 car, you know, the shape of things to come. Land Rover Discovery, the Rover 3500, and a stable of other British cars. But it's not a car. And it's not a trike. It's only got 2 wheels. Oh, you've seen this bike. You've seen pictures of this bike, although not the actual thing. It was once on display in the Anamosa National Motorcycle Museum. Oh, which, by the way, that museum is closing, and the auction is next week. And we're gonna be there. In fact, I'm leaving tomorrow. Wednesday is preview day, so Wednesday I'm gonna shoot as much video as I can. I'll try to get it posted right away. If you don't make preview day, you're not allowed to see the bikes. Once preview day is over, entry into the museum closes. I understand we're gonna be bidding outside in a tent by a TV. It's a Mecum auction. You know how much I love Mecum, but I think this one should be more sane, less noisy. So be sure to follow us, like us, ring the bell, subscribe, flush the toilet, whatever you have to do to catch those videos. There'll probably be a series of them. and I'll be posting them as they come. But anyway, back to this bike. What else can I tell you? Well, I guess now we just wait. Called 30 minutes ago. Wait, look at that. That's them. There it is. I want to show you how they do this. Look at that. Specially made trailers. Looks complicated actually. Get a preview just because I can't stand myself. Look at the drilled sprocket. I'm sure we're going to see more and notice more and more as we look at it. The double tomahawk sissy bar, the velour seats. Now that's an old Sun tack. Check out those spoke wheels, the etched blowers. I guess he had to make that primary drive. Think of that. And then a jack shaft to go into the transmission. Looks like an electric fuel pump. That's not my favorite thing. I don't really do stuff like that. Oh, he wants to unload.
Oh, well, whenever you're ready, we can do the signature in a row.
We're ready. 1963 Buick aluminum V8, 350cc cubic inch it says. I didn't know they were that big. Is that a Holly or a Quadrajet? 4-barrel. Now think of it. This is before Boss Hoss. Wonder what these toggles are for. Now this was built by Don Fruth. Remember our last video when we went to Wisconsin? Don built this in his basement with ordinary hand tools. You can see part of the original Harley frame here. Look at this. So we're gonna have to fire this thing up. This one doesn't intimidate me like the Dodge bike. Got hydraulic clutch, hydraulic front brake, hydraulic rear drum. I don't know if that's working. Oh, that's a radio. Realistic Radio Shack brand radio with the middle finger. I wonder what the V is. Something's up with that side stand. Madison, Wisconsin. Decker Harley Davidson sales. That's an original piece. Oh, here's the VIN. That's what they have for a VIN. I'm gonna figure out what I can do to cover up those radiator clamps. I'm not keen on radiator clamps. Dry rotted front tire. Cheng Shin. Looks like 3.0 by 18. Attention, kickstand on right side. Careful of bars, do not pull down. Okay, so they told me that these bars, they move, they're not quite right. They need to be fastened, maybe put a pin in them. And what happened, I guess, is the bar came down, scratched that. Oh, and you got a bubble there. I'm digging these Tomahawks. Got to get rid of that Meekum plate. So that's another Meekum story. So as I understand it, Don sold this bike to a friend, and then Don and his friend took both of them to Anamosa, Iowa. They were both on display. This one and the Dodge bike from my other video. And at the end of the exhibit, Don picked up his Dodge bike, and the friend donated this to the museum and got a tax write-off. Then the museum sold it. It went to a guy who listed it at Meekum. And the story I got from the seller was Meekum didn't give it the time of day. Even though he paid to have extra exposure, they didn't even wheel it out during the auction. It got bid up to a price and then no sale, and moved to what they call the bid goes on. That's the corral for unsold bikes. Then I contacted Meekum, and Meekum said the bike was sold. And that was just bull crap, because the bike wasn't sold. The owner had to drag it back home. I eventually found it online, and now it's here. And we are gonna, oh, I like this gas cap. We are gonna fire it up and ride it one day. Looks okay. Smells stale. Might have to flush that out. So, stay tuned. We'll fire this one up, try to ride it, fix the brakes and the kickstand, then maybe move on to the Dodge bike. Oh, it's balanced really well. As I'm about to drop it, huh?